What's going on, guys? So I'm back again with another run with the Traxxas Raptor R, but this isn't no ordinary Raptor R that I remember. Before, I remember it was 3S and now it is 4S. So you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys haven't watched my last video, I converted the Raptor R 4S. So now it's got the big 540 XL in there, 4S ESC in there, just like the Raptor R Ultimate, since Traxxas came out with the Ultimate Edition. Running a 4-cell 5000 in there, aluminum hub carriers, and steering block, caster block. Even the motor plate is orange, so the hinge pin is orange and everything. So, and it's got a Traxxas 2275 servo. I'm gonna be running it with this Fox body, so. I heard it's pretty rowdy on 4S, so yeah. And I bumped the servo volt up to 7.4, so turn TSM off. Much better, much faster. And I also got the thumb steer on from MSM.com, and of course I have to get the matching orange because I can. But anyways, let's rip it on 4S. Wow, look at that, only half throttle and then it's already getting away from me. So I mean, if you're a professional, I'll recommend it on 4S, but if you're a non-professional, I would not recommend this thing on 4S. And honestly, that's the center diff, so that steel spur does make it a little bit more louder, but hey man, this 540 XL motor should rip. Alright, let's get into it easily. Look at that. It is honestly just killing them on 4S. Now you ask, can they do donuts? On 4S, might be a little crazy. There you go. That center diff sounds so mean. And that's just half throttle too. Like, I'm actually kind of scared to get on full throttle on this thing for speed runs. This is so goddamn fast on 4S. Look at that. I didn't even hold full throttle for that long and it's already flying through the air. Sounds so good with that center diff though. And what that center diff does is make the tire, the front and rear, rotate at different speed, allowing for better cornering, if that's the type of thing that you mobilize the most. See, so I'm taking corners much more easier than I will with a slipper. So right now, as you guys can see, if I slam the throttle, see how the tire rotate at different, that's the same speed. See, allowing for less wheelie and better stability, which is good. But a center diff is definitely recommended on 4S because that slipper on 4S, it will melt. Look at that. Even with TSM on, this thing is almost uncontrollable, so I probably recommend you drive it on 3S and not crazy 4S. but as a purpose of testing, we have to drive it on 4S. Man, if I can actually get the correct full throttle on this thing, I could possibly hit around maybe 70 miles an hour. It says 60 plus on the Raptor Ultimate, but hey man, that's just the box claim. If I can get this thing correct in a long enough runway, I could possibly hit over 70. I saw people hit 74 before, so hitting 70 isn't impossible. So yeah. Since I'm in my neighborhood, I don't really have that much of a long runway, so that's why I'm kind of limited to what I can do. But no matter where the Raptor R is, she's rowdy. Look at that. It's crazy fun, crazy rowdy. I mean, there's nothing much else to say about it. Everything else is freaking crazy fast. I mean, on 3S is plenty of fun. On 4S is pretty much uncontrollable. So, yeah. But I'm gonna wait for this car to pass real quick. But that center diff does make a difference, though. But yeah. So wait for that car to pass, and Got a little hobby shop stop grid sticker on there, which is where I got this Raptor R from. Let's have some fun. Man, so much fun on 4S. I mean, if you're not an experienced driver or not an experienced driver, I recommend this thing on 3S, not 4S. Cause it's too crazy on 4S. I mean, a 4S and 110 scale is a little overkill. 3S is the sweet spot for 110 scale Traxxas vehicles. But since this thing has an extended chassis, it handles so much more better. And it actually doesn't parachute like the Slashes do, because on the Slashes, the body acts like a parachute. So once wind gets underneath the body, it kind of just wants to fly, which literally happens to my Slash, both my Ultimate and my two-wheel drive VXL. If you guys haven't seen those videos, go check it out. They literally start flying. So yeah, I'm gonna get on throttle very easily here, and that was full right there. I kept full for like at least a second because I don't have a long enough runway, so I'm kind of nervous to full throttle this thing all the way for long, because things could get nasty real fast. But overall, it's about 60 degrees out here, which is kind of cold. But yeah, I like the cold weather to run Traxxas, because on the 540 VXL, gotta get hot too. But in cold weather, to note, things are gonna break more easy. So if you bash in cold weather, I wouldn't recommend it, because parts are more fragile and they can snap or break pretty easily. So yeah, but with a center diff, it's so easy to control the drifts. On the slipper, I was losing it so easily, but on the center diff, it just changes the whole driving experience. So I definitely recommend it if you have a Raptor R. This was once a Raptor R 3S, so the original Raptor R. But then Traxxas came out with the Ultimate Edition, since people were complaining that the VXL 3S overheats way too easily. So they came out with the 540 XL, which I think they should not put this motor in the regular Raptor R in the first place. Because if you're gonna charge $500 Traxxas, I mean, at least put the 540 VXL. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Valenian 3S, but I think for that price, they should not put the 540 XL in for the regular Raptor R. But now that they've done it for the Ultimate and converted 4S, it makes sense now. It definitely makes sense. So yeah, Traxxas may overprice their products, but I mean, on the long run, can't beat them. So, you know, I mean, in terms of speed, even the XL1 is faster than the Infraction 6S, which I love my Infraction. I love my 3S Infraction. I don't hate the Infraction in any way, but 100 miles per hour for an RC car is pretty damn crazy. So yeah, but anyways, back to this Raptor R driving. Sounds so good with that center diff. Don't know why I didn't decide to upgrade to a center diff way earlier, but now that I did, man, it is so rowdy. It gets on it on 4S, guys. And it's actually still drivable on 4S too, which is kind of crazy, even though it does kind of lose control sometimes if you're not a professional. But hey, it rowdy. Matter of fact, let's check motor heat, because that was a big problem on the VXL 3S. So let's see what happened on the 4S. All right, 4S here we talking about. Let's see what we got. Oh wow, like actually, okay, it's actually kind of hot, but not as bad as the 3S motor used to be, which is good. Because I'm not a big fan of the 3S motor. It kind of overheats way too easily, even on the stock gearing. But excuse me, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand why they put that VXL 3S in the Raptor, because the Raptor was too long, so it overheats even more easily because of the extended chassis and because it's much heavier. But that VXL 3S on the Raptor R is good for stock gearing, but if you want to do speed run, you put that high speed pinion in, that's when things start to overheat and things start to take a turn. So yeah, because the bullet connectors on the VXL 3S, if you guys own a VXL 3S, you guys would know, because that bullet connector is way too small. And on the VXL, on the 540XL or the 4S ESC, and they actually do make a 3S ESC with the 540XL too. You guys are interested in that, but those bullet connectors are much bigger, and heat can travel through a much bigger hole, allowing for better heat dissipation. But on the VXL 3S, the bullet holes were way too small, so heat was getting trapped in there and cannot escape. So that's what caused it to overheat kind of easily. Something I learned, but you know. But overall, I love the Raptor R on 4S. Or I guess I should call it the Ultimate now. The only thing I'm missing is the temperature sensor that sits on the motor, but I don't think I really need it anyways. I can monitor temperature motor using a like a heat gun or something, whatever that's called. But yeah, I think it should be more accurate, I guess. But yeah, this thing is doing pretty good so far. No complaints. To know, if you buy the Raptor R Ultimate, sorry if there's a lot of noise because there's car driving by, but if you buy the Raptor R Ultimate, I recommend you get the 4S 5000 because that's the only Traxxas batteries that can fit in here. Even though you can buy aftermarket batteries and they fit just fine, but if you want to run the 6700 on this thing, you can't. It's because the 6700 is way bigger, way much bigger. And actually with TSM on, that servo is still pretty decent. I'm not a fan of Traxxas servos, but the 2275 is reasonable. I like it. Good enough power for a 110 scale. It's not like I'm putting this thing in a max or anything or something like that. So 110 scale, it's pretty much good, pretty much goody. But, wow, I think it started to fly there, but I let out the throttle before it could. This thing is crazy, man. I mean, just look at her go. Whew. Man, you can't get any more crazy with a Raptor R than that. My Raptor R is pretty much the Ultimate now. Now at first, I do have the black and gold body. I was gonna get the gunmetal gray aluminum parts from Jenny's RC to match, but that orange aluminum just caught my eye, and I feel like it just popped so much more. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing. And with the Pro Scale light kit on there too, man, this thing is a scale speedrunner and a little bit of a basher. I wouldn't recommend you bash it, but it is bashable. It's just not really recommended. Now, you can bash it, there's nothing wrong with that, but considering the limited space of ground clearance that you have, I wouldn't really recommend it. And plus, guys, take this a note. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick. That Traxxas is giving me a con on this Raptor R. As you can see on the underneath, as you can see, that center drive shaft, as you can see, is exposed, which I don't know why they didn't cover that. Because like, if you're bashing and dirt gets under there, you're gonna scrape the heck out of that drive shaft. Plus it's aluminum too. So if dirt gets under there and it gets stuck or something, you're gonna have some problems, which I don't know why Traxxas didn't add a cover on there. I feel like people were complaining about that a lot, me myself too, but you know, I mean, I'm not a basher often, and I don't bash with the Raptor R anyway, so I don't mind it, but I feel like they shouldn't still have added it anyways, neither if you're a basher or not, so if that makes sense. But that servo is, I mean, I got it on Jenny's RC for 28, and Traxxas sells it brand new for 70 bucks. Which on Jenny's RC, it is a brand new servo. It's just taken off of a Raptor R Ultimate. And that's what I like about Jenny. They just buy the Raptor R Ultimate, probably take off all the parts on the Raptor R Ultimate and sell it for half the price, which is pretty good because Traxxas OEM parts are not cheap nowadays. So yeah, but I'm gonna do a couple more passes, and I'm probably gonna end the video because I don't want to go too crazy, even though the weather's pretty good today. But you know, don't want to go too crazy on her. Man, just look at it fly, man. I mean, some people say recommend running on 3S, which I understand. I completely understand, trust me. But I mean, what in the world do you buy a 4S vehicle for? You know, running on 4S one time which is not a good advice because if you're a beginner, I would recommend you run it on 3S and maybe even 2S. No, I'm just kidding. 2S is a little too slow, but maybe on 3S. On 3S, you'll be Gucci, but just get the hang of it, get the feeling of it on 3S first, and then once you're ready, go up to that 4S, which I did exactly that. I would run on a 3S pack first, got used to it, got used to the controls, got used to how it handles first with this new system, and then I went to 4S. Because you don't want to bump up the 4S. I don't know what this thing can handle like on 4S, and probably crash and probably break your vehicle. That's not a smart thing to do. So yeah, we'll go ahead and finish it off with some donuts. This car can get out of my way first. But, I give it a little nice little turn. All right, now that car is passed. There's no cars coming. Let's do some donuts. This doesn't. Oh nope. Actually, let's not try that. Because it probably wants to flip because it doesn't have a sway bar kit on it. Which I'm probably thinking about getting one, but you know. Man, it is so fast. Insane. Absolutely. Oh. I think I lost signal for a moment or whatever happened. But I don't know. That seems to happen with the 4S system. That happens on my Max too. Sometimes it just cuts off for a second. I don't know. But anyways, I'm probably gonna end the video here because I don't want to go too crazy on this thing. But you know, but before we end the video, gotta finish it off with some donuts. So let's get to it. Even though I say I don't recommend donuts, but hey, what the heck? Can't drift too easily, but pretty fun. But yeah, overall, that's all about this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I haven't made any videos in a bit. You know, I've been busy and stuff. So, but I will try my best to get more videos out for you guys. But yeah, without further ado, that's all about this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe too, and do all that. But yeah, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.